I'd suffered with mental health problems my whole life, but I didn't know what it was because I never had no education on the matter. I felt as if I had nothing. I felt there was an empty, gaping hole. I didn't have the desire. The fire wasn't burning no longer to fight. And I was suffering with depression the whole time. Even in training camp, I was depressed as depressed could be on a daily basis. I hit the drink heavily on a daily basis. I hit the drugs. I was out all night partying with women of the night and not coming home. And, you know, I didn't care about boxing. I didn't care about living. I just wanted to die. I used to drink and take drugs to get away from the depression, because when I was drunk or high, then I wouldn't think about being depressed. I thought about I'm a boxing champion, or I feel great. But as we know, when the drink wears off, it only leaves you with a bad hangover and feeling even more depressed. For someone who suffers with mental health, the worst thing we can do to escape it is take drugs or alcohol. And this is where I want to spread the word on mental health, so when other people are in this position in the future, they know where to go and they know what to do, because there's a blueprint. I was sitting here, 400 pounds, a drug addict, an alcoholic, and I'd start thinking all these crazy thoughts and this, that and the other. And I was in my car, I bought a brand new Ferrari. I didn't care about nothing, I just wanted to die so bad. I give up on life. And just as I was heading towards that bridge at 190 in this Ferrari, I heard a voice say, "No, don't do this, Tyson. Think about your kids. Think about your family and your little boys and girls growing up with no father. And everyone saying your dad was a weak man." And I pulled over and I was all nervous and didn't know what to do, and I was frightened and I was so afraid. And I thought, that day, I'll never, ever, ever try or think about taking my own life ever again. And after that, I was thinking to myself, you know what, I need to get better, I need to do something. But every time I tried to go to the gym, I had another voice saying, nah, this ain't for us anymore, I'm not going to do this. I was out drinking. I didn't care, give up. Taking drugs, like I said. And it come to a point where I was doing that for 18 months in my life. And I was out 2017 Halloween. I was a 400 pounds dressed up as a skeleton. And I go to this fancy dress party and I'm looking around and I'm thinking, these are all young kids compared to me. I'm 30 and I feel like I was the oldest guy in there, like 29. I was like, what am I doing here? Is this what you want for your life? And I thought to myself, this is not me. And no matter how many people told me before this, where I was going wrong, what I was doing, you need to act your life. You can only change your life if you want to change it. And I got back home, I didn't say anything to the wife, I went straight upstairs into a dark room. And I took the stupid skeleton suit off, and I was sat there. And I got on my knees and I was praying and begging God to help me. And at this point, I'd never begged or cried to God to help me before. I'd prayed a lot all my life, but I'd never been in this physical state before. I could feel tears running down my face. My chest was wet with tears, because I knew I couldn't do it on my own. It wasn't possible for me, because I'd tried and tried and tried, and I ended up back in the pub, back drinking. After praying for about 10 minutes, I got up, and I felt the weight of the world was lifted off my shoulders. And for the first time in years, I knew I was going to make a comeback. And I called my wife, I said, Paris, she said, what? She thought I was drunk coming home from the pub. I said, Monday morning, I start to regain mission to try and get the heavyweight championship of the world back. That night you told me that, she said, I hear a difference in your voice. And I said, I don't want to go back down the old route with the same trainer, same promoter, same anything. I said, everything's got to change. I said, it's going to be a new Tyson Fury. And as I went out that morning, after phoning Ben and arranging everything, I went out for a run in my sweatsuit. I had ambitions of running 2 miles. I got about 5 minutes into the run and stopped. I thought, I can't run, I'm too fat, 400 pounds. But I thought, I'm going to walk, I'm going to get out and walk. I think the way to beat mental health is setting goals, giving yourself short-term and long-term goals. And that's what I did. I gave myself a goal of losing the weight, pound by pound basically. And I was training twice a day, 6-7 days a week. I don't suffer with mental health when I'm active and when I've got a goal. If you suffer with mental health problems, you tend to suffer them when you're on your own, when you've got a lot of time to think, and when you're not doing much. But when you're busy on a daily basis, you don't have enough time to think about mental health. I didn't use medication. I was prescribed with medication from the doctor, but I refused to take it. My grandfather, my dad's dad, he was addicted to pills his whole life. Pills that didn't even do anything for him. They was placebo pills. And the biggest thing we're missing here is I didn't do it with doctors and all them type of things. I done it with something way more powerful. God. My faith and belief that God would make me better made me better. And I never ever went back to that from this day to that, and it's been well over 12 months. I believe I was being tested to see what type of man I was and what type of character I had. Even before the depression, I didn't appreciate things. Nothing was value to me. So even something I'd worked hard for. I believe I was put down this road and I had to suffer all these things so I could understand when I had things good. I think I've got a bigger purpose now than boxing. I think my calling card in life is to spread the word on this disease, a silent killer. My message would be, look around yourself and be thankful for what you do have today. Don't look for what you don't have. You know, you've got to be happy with who you are. A wise man once said, you've got to know yourself before you can know anybody else. Contentment is a word we're looking for. Contentment doesn't come through material stuff, jobs, positions, fame, glory, money, anything. Contentment, you'll never find contentment while you're chasing that sort of stuff. And I don't look at this as a comeback, because I'm not coming back to what I once was. The legacy of Tyson Fury from a child to being heavyweight champion of the world and achieving his dreams, that book has been closed. This book is a new book, and I'm only on chapter 3.